Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another wonderful round brought to you by Slipstream Racing, your home for ACF1 Competizione, driving on Assetto Corsa. Not the Competizione, but we're driving on Assetto Corsa, the original game. And for a 10-year-old simulator, it has a great following and a great user base as well. Thank you so much to Slipstream Racing for having me on for another wonderful season. This is season 10.5. We'll wait for the new Formula cars to become released. Without any further delay, let's get right over to the racing action, because the drivers are already in their qualifying run with 12 minutes and 39 seconds remaining. Let's see what they're all up to. Right now at the top of the charts, it's Anand Trivedi with a 127.532. Ryan Earl with 2/10 back. Trent H also with 2/10, almost 3/10 back right now. Pete Rader half a second off the good. Twisted Jack 1.6 down. Cody Lawrence 3.9 off the pace. He's trying to work his way from the back of the field for Jake DeShong. And then Jaden Neal yet to set a time. We're, of course, at the iconic circuit of Bahrain, where we saw such a historic feats as Sergio Perez working his way from the back of the field all the way up to winning a race there. Great circuit to be at, and it is going to be a great season finale for sure. We're going to be taking a couple weeks off after this while we wait for the new VRC car to get released, and then we'll be right back to racing, hopefully with the new car and hopefully with some more familiar faces here. We have 8 drivers on the grid tonight. Not the best we've ever had, but we're looking to get more and more people involved. So if you're interested in Slipstream Racing, if you're interested in Assetto Corsa Competizione Racing, Assetto Corsa Racing, let's just say, as P Raider tops the charts with a 127.378. Beats Anand Trivedi by a 10th and a half. Trent H finds his way up into 3rd place at this time of asking. Make sure you check out Slipstream Racing, get involved, join the Discord, all that good stuff, so you can find yourself on camera, on track, and having a good time amongst friends. Bahrain, track length of 3.363 miles or 5.412 kilometers. It was founded in 2004 with 15 corners, 9 to the right, 6 to the left, 7 meters of elevation change or 23 feet. We're in Sakir, Bahrain. I got some fun facts for you as well, but let's talk about some of the corners that we have here. Let's talk about turn one, heavy braking drama. After the long main straight, turn one is a sharp right-hander and notorious for overtaking. The braking zone here is incredibly challenging, especially during lap one when cars bunch together. Drivers who can nail this corner set themselves up for overtaking into turn four. What about turn 10, the tricky left? Turn 10 is one of the most challenging on the track due to a downhill braking combined with a blind apex. Drivers have to brake while turning in slightly, increasing the risk of locking up, especially with cold tires. Turn 4, set up for success. After you exit turn 1 successfully, you get set up towards turn 4. At the end of another long straightaway is going to be turn 4. Allowing drivers to capitalize on slipstream DRS application as well. Getting the exit here is critical for high-speed middle sector of the track. We're looking at Trent H right now, is located on the racing circuit, but we're looking at Cody Lawrence right now. Switch over to Trent H as he warps to pit lane. Who is that? Is that Ryan Earl? Coming through sector 2 now. Yes, it is Ryan Earl with a 127.778. All he's able to produce at this time of asking. Half a second separates the top four right now. Pretty tight pack stuff here with 8 minutes and 20 seconds remaining by the end of my shield. Jake DeShong disqualified from qualifying for teleporting to pit lane. Hopefully he wasn't caught out in the kitty litter here at Bahrain. He's going to start the race from 7th or worse now. And stand by one moment, folks. All right. Thank you for standing by, folks, as we resolve a technical issue briefly. And we'll get back over to the live screen here. Everything working as intended, the way God likes it to be. As I was saying, we're here at the Bahrain circuit. Pete Rader tops the charts with 5:55 remaining. Anand Trivedi in P2, Trent H in P3, but looking like he's running pretty well through Sector 1 now. See how well he does through Sector 2. Anand Trivedi less than a tenth away from Pete Rader. Trent H 2/10 back. Ryan Earl 2/10 back. Trent H tops the charts, 1/10 away is Pete Rader in P2, 127.218 on that last lap of asking. Track is fully optimum at 100% grip. 34 degrees is the track, or excuse me, is the ambient temperature. The track temperature is even hotter at 43 degrees Celsius, so the drivers are going to be boiling their tires underneath them. Don't see many drivers on the soft compounds just yet. Everybody kind of running the medium compounds, as it were. Trying to get one flying banker in as Anand Trivedi has a big slip and slide moment. Coming out of turn 8. And towards 9 and 10, he's looking like he's all right. Trivedi up through sector 2 right now. Trying to go for pole position. 2/10 is what he needs. Does he have it in the bag? He does. 127.008. Doing pretty good for himself there. He's still on a flyer, I think, actually. No, he is down on that time. He used all of his energy deployment on that previous lap to get that 127.008. He should be on a cooldown right now. He's out there pushing pretty hard, actually. A little interested to hear what his strategy is for the qualifying run. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. He won't get enough time in to get one more done, I don't think. Maybe he's coming down to pit road. Someone is bobbing and weaving in front of him. Might be Jake Deschamps. It'll be Ryan Earl, excuse me. Raider crosses the line, no improvement to be found there. Apologies for the stuttery camera coming in towards turn 1. I hope that's not something that lasts. 1:50 remaining on the clock. Pete Raider and the Jumpman Tar Heels has a big wiggle coming out at 8. Grant H looking to improve. Cody Lawrence looking to improve as well. Spunf has joined the server, but I don't see him on the timing tower. Perhaps he's joined but disconnected again. Give you an update on the success balance that the drivers are facing. It looks like Ryan Earl's carrying 15 kilograms of success ballast, and Cody Lawrence is carrying 35. Jaden Neal carrying 31. Jaden Neal starting from the back of the pack this time running. No time set from the man in 9th place. The number 22 sitting in pits, not going anywhere right now, to say the least. Keep things going with Trent H crossing the line. No improvement found there either. Ryan Earl practices pit stops very diligently this time around. Pulls into the box, gets his service. That's the way to do it with your last lap of qualifying, just to make sure you've got it right. Cody Lawrence, next driver to cross the line. Will he also be practicing his pit stop, or is he out there on a flyer pushing himself also? On the C2 compound, Cody Lawrence crosses the line. No improvement to be found from 6th place. Pete Rader, purple sector 1, purple sector 2. Oh, and he loses time through sector 3, 127.3. He is faster, but not fast enough on that run of his to get pole position. Announcer Trevini, already in pole position, has no improvement on that last lap of his. And that should conclude the qualifying session for us, folks. Let's wait for the drivers to get gridded up in just a few moments' time. Stand by while we get the drivers formed up and ready to take the grid. Taking a look at the grid, it's Anand Trivedi driving number 12 Mercedes. And in the number 84, that'll be Trent H for Corvette Racing. Ryan Earl in the number 14, Pete Rader in the number 23, Twisted Jack in the number 5, Cody Lawrence in the number 11, Jake DeShong in the 77, Jaden Neal in the 22, Spump in the number 2. But the red lights are on. That means we're about to go racing here, and away we go. And a very slow start for, I think that was Trent H, and a great leap for that Aston Martin working his way forward. At this time of asking, that was an amazing jump start there. Ryan Earl up into P1 off the good. Trevedi caught sleeping behind the wheel. Jaden Neal in P3, Cody Lawrence in P4. Trevedi looking for a gap to try to work his way by, but not at this time of asking. Not the opportunity at turn 4. I think he's waiting for a DRS application. Pete Rader trying to get a move done on Cody Lawrence. There's a phrase I haven't said in quite some time. And it looks like Spunk or Jake DeShong is the one at the back of the pack right now. The number 77 really caught off guard. Pete Rader using a little bit of exploratory track limits there to get alongside Mr. Cody Lawrence. Whoa, and just appeared at the apex there. Cody unexpectedly reacted there, trying to turn in, but Pete Rader just existed. Over the curbs goes Pete Rader. Following Cody Lawrence, has a better run leading down towards turn 14 and 15. Gets the leapfrog engaged. Cody tries to snap back, can't respond to that overspeed that Pete Rader really was carrying. Quite impressive stuff. Pete Rader now looking like he wants to attack Jaden Neal in towards turn 1. Big lockup of the brakes there. It looks like Pete Rader's working his way forward. Whoa, big lunge to the inside, switchback engaged on Jaden Neal. He's carrying a ton of speed on this car. Unbelievable side-by-side maneuvers leading down in towards turn 10. And I thought that was going to end in tears, but no, not on this occasion. Pete Rader, even without the DRS use, is keeping up with Jaden Neal really well right now. Unbelievable how close he's sticking to that rear wing without getting trapped into the dirty air. Makes a move to the inside line. Forces Jaden Neal to run a little bit wide on the corner exit, carrying the speed and momentum down the long straightaway in towards 14. Jaden Neal has to follow in single file line. Can't find a way by. Oh, but Pete Rader track limits again potentially. Covering off the inside line, going all the way over to the pit wall. We have action for the front of the grid as well. Ryan Earl making a defensive maneuver on Anand Trivedi. Trivedi trying to carry his pace around the long way around the outside of turn 1, but we all know that the outside line turns into the inside line. And there's Pete Rader, a little bit of a superhero moment, and he is caught off guard. I think he warped to pit lane after that, and that'll be the end of his event. Unfortunately, warping to pit lanes is the end of everybody's race. Once you get assistance from that tow vehicle, you're no longer eligible to keep racing. Following in line with the original F1 rules is requiring any outside assistance to continue a race will result in disqualification. So that will be it for Pete Rader. Sad but true, because the man was running quite rapidly. Anand Trivedi makes a late lunge to the inside line, coming in towards turn 11. Gets the move done around Ryan Earl. Ryan Earl snaps right back, but will Jaden Neal follow through as well? I don't think so. Coming down the long straightaway after turn 13, leads into 14. And these three drivers are absolutely glued to each other right now. Wheel to wheel, tail to nose. 3 wide down the front straight, because why not? Ryan Earl backs out of it as he was the meat of that sandwich. Says, I want nothing to do with this, leading down in towards 1. Ryan Earl runs a little bit deep there. Oh my goodness, more 3 wide action as we approach turn 4. Could you ask for a better race than this? I don't think so. Trivedi has to back out as he was the meat in the sandwich of that battle. Didn't want to get caught sleeping at the wheel. Whoa, big bottom out moment at the exit of 7 and leading down into 8. Trivedi keeps the car beneath him somehow, some way. Lap 4 of 38 underway right now. We're about to have a 4-way battle for the lead. With only 5 drivers remaining in this event. Unbelievable way to finish off the season here at Slipstream Racing. Oh, and it looks like we're going to get a race restart. Taking a look to see if there's any word from race control as to why is going on, but either way, the red lights are about to become illuminated. Another late start for Pete Rader. Wheel-to-wheel action for Anand Trivedi and Ryan Earl leading down in towards turn 1. Earl mounts the curbs there. Trent H also mounting the curbs. Woza! And that'll be the end of Ryan Earl's race as he is spun out, caught in the kitty litter right now at the exit of 3. Leading down into 4. Trivedi also worse for wear, caught in the kitty litter himself. Twisted Jack spinning out his car. And I think Trivedi is beached like a whale. Oh man, and that's going to be the end of his race if he takes any assistance. That'll be Pete Rader in the lead of this event. Cody Lawrence in P2 getting followed by Jaden Neal very closely. 3/10 back is the gap right now. Spump 1.7 off the good. Ryan Earl 4 and a bit back from there, with Twisted Jack 4 1/10 back there also. In a heated battle with Jaden Neal, DRS will become activated after this lap. Jaden Neal to the inside of Cody Lawrence's wheel wells, doesn't attack curbs as aggressively in towards turn 1. Cody Lawrence gets that position back fairly reasonably. Jaden Neal will get DRS use, but will it be enough to help him get past Big Wheels Cody Lawrence? And we're going to get another race restart here. Hopefully this is the last one we're going to see. Six lights and green, 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 away we go. That Aston Martin has the launch again for the 3rd time in a row, leapfrogging all the way up into P1. Trent H to the inside line. Pete Rader trying to find a way through, can't find the daylight to make that one work. Trivedi falls back into 3rd position. Trent H up into 2nd place. Cody Lawrence gets past Jaden Neal before we get to turn 4. Pete Rader, a little bit of a squabble there between himself and Cody Lawrence. Lawrence checking up to avoid running into the back of him. And everything's looking pretty neat and tidy right now for the drivers at hand. Much cleaner start this time running than we had on the previous 2 runs. Everybody able to get through lap 1 except for Spump, who's 19 seconds off the good right now, but we'll check in and see what happened to him towards the end of the race if possible. Tenth of a gap between the leader and Trent H. 4/10 back will be Anand Trivedi, and then 8/10 back from there, Pete Rader. 4/10 is Cody Lawrence, and he is gaining substantially on Pete Rader. Trividi looking like he wants to get a slice of the pie here. On board with Trividi, super late onto the brakes. Times that one pitch perfectly as we get through turns 4 and 5. Gap opened up a little bit to Trent H out in front as we get to 8. Twisted Jack tumbles and falls back to, looks like P7 right now. Let's look at the battle between Jaden Neal and Cody Lawrence. Cody running pretty well on the C2 compound. Twisted Jack also on the C2 compound. Everybody else driving the C3 medium compound tires. One 136, 137, 136, 136, 131. And 130.6. Anand Trivedi gets past Trent H on the second lap of asking, on the third lap I should say, as we are on lap 3, lap 2 under our belts now. The move was done towards turn 1. Now Trivedi is unleashed, able to try to attack Ryan Earl, who's carrying that success ballast. Pete Rader falling in line 7/10 off the good. Pete Rader might be on the attack right now. DRS fully open and engaged, leading down towards 10. Nothing to be said there at the entrance of turn 11. No moves to be made just yet. 3 under our belts now when the drivers cross the line. 3 of 38. 129.8 for Anand Trivedi. Pete Rader walks right on by Trent H. Trent just slipping backwards a little bit right now. Falling out of the drag reduction system window. Trent is just really hurting right now. Got walked on by Rader. Not much he can do or say about that one. All's fair in love and war, right, folks? Jaden Neal closing on Cody Lawrence. About 2/10 separating them right now. I wonder if Jaden Neal is going to be able to get some overspeed on Cody Lawrence. No, it looks like the gap is actually increasing between the two drivers. Cody Lawrence picks up the pace a little bit, drives his way forward. What a fantastic way to end the season, folks. All these drivers nose astern. Not a single one showing us that they're slower than the other. All running about the same pace, so it's going to come down to a battle of mistakes. Trivedi within half a second of Ryan Earl, driving in that dirty air of the car in front through the fast sections of 5, 6, 7, leading down towards turn 8 where the drivers are right now. all the way through the kink of 9, which leads into turn 10. Side by side down the front straight we go. Trivedi and Earl wheel to wheel through turn 1. And that's going to leave the inside line open and available for Trivedi, but did not go for the move. Had a bit of a wiggle. And there is a big moment for Trent H coming through what I believe is turn 3. Backs it up across the track, able to get it recovered and pointed in the right direction. But that might be the end of his race for now. Gonna battle it out with Twisted Jack, who's only 6/10 back. Raider now having a slip, trip, and fall. The number 23 for Jumpman Tar Heels F1 team slips back a little bit further down towards P5. Take a look at Trivedi. Oh, what about Jaden Neal? 2/10 back from Cody Lawrence. Been promoted up into podium position now. Oh, Trivedi to the inside line, dodging every which way. Let's check back in with Cody Lawrence and Jaden Neal. Pete Raider takes advantage of that situation with Jaden Neal, and Cody Lawrence slips right on through as well. Trivedi gets a move done on Ryan Earl for just a moment. They're going to go wheel to wheel through turn 4 into 5. Still side by side all the way. Trivedi just barely ahead, but good enough to make the standings work out for himself right now. In through 6, 7, and now 8. Leading down in towards the kink of 9 and the braking zone of turn 10. Off camber corner downhill braking zone that we discussed earlier before the race got started. Super challenging corner, even in GT cars. It'll be extremely difficult for the drivers to manage their brakes in these F1 cars. Single file line at the front of the field. Jaden Neal and Pete Raider going after it with each other right now. These cars are so fast around Bahrain, it's hard to keep track of who's gaining where, but Pete Raider doing a good job of staying within spitting distance of Jaden Neal and keeping Cody Lawrence in behind. little bit of a different entry coming out of the final corner. Raider not using as much of the track that he's bought and paid for as Jaden Neal, but it doesn't matter. That slipstream and the DRS too much to handle Pete Raider with a little bit of a lockup coming through one that doesn't seem to affect him too much. He's in neatly past Jaden Neal and up into that third place position. Jaden Neal isn't done with this conversation yet. Takes a leapfrog to the inside line to turn 4 with the DRS of his own. Takes it away. 5, 6, 7, 8. Leading down in towards 8 now. Cody Lawrence really just biding his time, staying within touching distance of the cars around him on the harder compound tires. That's a win for him because he knows that he can run longer than the rest of the cars in the field. He'll leapfrog them in the pit lane cycle. Lap 8 completed. We are on to lap 9 of 38, folks. Trevidi, Earl, Neal, Raider, Lawrence, Jack, Trent H, and Spump round out the 8 participants in the finale here in Bahrain, brought to you by Slipstream Racing. Again, if you want to get involved in any of the action that you see on screen, check out Slipstream Racing and their Discord. Get involved in some of the racing action. Make some new friends along the way. Have a great time wheel-to-wheel racing these AC F1 cars. Anybody is welcome to join. Ryan Earl getting past Anand Trivedi. Trivedi must have made a big mistake there as he's now down into 3rd place and about to be in 4th place if he's not careful. Pete Raider on the inside line, and he is a little bit slower there. Trivedi carrying that overspeed the long way around will defend that position from Pete Raider behind. Drivers stepping out of line in synchronicity. Anand Trivedi has a big error at turn 1. Will lose that position surely to Pete Raider. Cody Lawrence makes a look to the inside line, tries to sell the dummy to Trivedi, and I think at work he shook up just a little bit coming through turn 10. Pete Raider looks at the inside line on Jaden Neal at the battle for 2nd place. Jaden Neal chops the nose off of Raider, doesn't allow him to get through. Now Trividi trying to find his way by on Raider, but can't find the daylight this occasion. Outside, inside maneuver, trying to get set up for something here and stick his nose into this battle, but he's not able to get by. Cody Lawrence following in single file line this time around, but how much longer does he want to stay in the dirty air and the heat generation of the cars in front? Seemingly happy where he's at, running at the back of the pack in P5 now. Maybe not happy, content more like it. Again, knowing that he's on the hard compound tires and that he can run quite a bit longer than those other cars around him. The temperatures being so hot, 34 degrees Celsius being the ambient, 43 degrees being the track temperature. The drivers on the medium compound tires will definitely wear them down a little bit faster. And Trividi comes down pit road. Lap 12 already. Raider finds his way past Jaden Neal. Looks like a move that was at turn one. Trividi takes his change of boots, gets back, spun up again. He might lose a position to Twisted Jack, as there goes Jack by. Raider up into P2, as it were. Jaden Neal in third, Lawrence in fourth. Trevidi's now on the C2 compound, and he's trying to run through this event on the hard compound tire with Cody Lawrence. Realizing that there is some secret sauce to what Cody Lawrence is doing, trying to follow suit in the meanwhile. Trividi gets by Twisted Jack. The battle for 5th and 6th concluded. Keep an eye on this battle now as both Jaden Neal and Pete Raider decide to come down pit road on lap 13. Cody Lawrence stays out on the lap 14. Ryan Earl also electing to stay out. Where is Trividi in relation to these battles that are going on right now? Coming down the pit straight now. I don't think that he'll have enough speed to get this undercut to work in his favor. Not quite close enough. Both Raider and Neal covering off the undercut strategy. Practically everybody on the C2 other than Ryan Earl, who has not pit yet, Trent H, and Spump. 5 drivers on the C2 compound, 3 drivers onto the C3. Trividi has it right now. Is it enough to get by Jaden Neal? It's enough to get alongside Jaden Neal into the braking zone of turn 1. He's going to hold on there behind Pete Raider. Touch wheels a little bit. Trividi gets by Neal. is now promptly behind Raider. Keep an eye on the timing tower, folks. That fluttering that you see is not a butterfly, but that'll be the gap between Anand Trivedi and Pete Raider, hovering right around 0.2 to 0.3 of a second. Cody Lawrence takes to the pit lane, goes onto the C3 compound. Missed that, I apologize. Ryan Earl still leads the charge on the C3 compound. Anand Trivedi up into third as I was looking at the live timing. Anand Trivedi into second position now. 22 seconds the gap between himself and Ryan Earl. Anand Trivedi could potentially take home P1 as we're about to approach the halfway point of this event. Cody Lawrence just coming in behind all the other drivers. Maybe Cody's going for the single stopper. The rest of the field may have to take 2 stops to make it to the end. Ryan Earl comes out of pit lane. That'll be third place there. Comes out right next to Jaden Neal. And they're going to be separated by just about nothing coming down in towards turn 4. Cody Lawrence trying to get by Ryan Earl there, and he was able to do so. On the medium compound, Cody Lawrence makes an uncharacteristic mistake. Pirouettes the car in a beautiful 360, points it right in the right direction, and gets the wheels rolling again. But those are going to make those medium compound tires scream for mercy. Crazy to say that this might be Cody Lawrence's worst race, and all he did was one mistake. He's done nothing but win or fall onto the podium for every single race this season. Fastest lap of the race going to Anand Trivedi, 129.459. Trent into pits. Taking a look at Raider. Chasing down Trivedi. Jaden Neal behind Raider by half a second. .2, 132, 131, 132, 129.7 from Cody Lawrence. Those medium compounds definitely working out in his favor. Pete Raider trying to go for a move on Trividi, not making that one work towards one. Both drivers having to check up. Raider to the inside line, coming down in towards 4. Trividi hopefully sees him coming with the radar, and they're going to go fully alongside, tucking wheels into each other. And Raider goes wide. I think there might have been a small touch from Raider into Trividi there. Hopefully no more contact, no more damage for these very expensive Formula cars. Raider going deep and wide again. This time at turn 10, leading down towards 11. He should be able to carry some more speed than the car in front of Jaden Neal, but doesn't seem that way. Raider makes a move to the inside towards turn 1 on Jaden Neal. Parks it on the apex. We'll get that move secured in front of Neal. Ryan Earl says, I want a piece of this as well. Following suit with the DRS wide open. All 3 drivers with drag reduction system available. And it's all the way back for Pete Raider. No. A little bit of a mishap through 4. That'll send him back to P5. Very unfortunate there. No contact from which I saw. Ryan Earl about a second and a half faster that last lap around than Anand Trivedi. Expect the gap to come down between the 2 drivers here along that front straightaway. 130.6, 130.1, 131, 129. Cody Lawrence being the faster of the Quattro. On the rear wing of Jaden Neal's Visa Cash App Red Bull car. Raider comes down pit road, get a new change of boots, try to make it to the end of this event. Cody Lawrence bobbing, weaving, dodging, ducking past Jaden Neal. Can't find a way to get by even with the medium compound tires. Rear wing open for Cody Lawrence and the Cadillac Racing Team. Closing down on Jaden Neal. Neal goes really wide on the entry towards turn one. And Cody Lawrence was able to get the move done. Inherited P3 on that one. Trivedi gets passed by Earl in the meantime as well. Everybody on the C2 compounds except for Cody Lawrence, Twisted Jack. Pete Raider takes a DNF from this event, and he'll be out for the remainder of the 17 laps remaining. Ryan Earl leads over another Trivedi by half a second. Cody Lawrence 4 tenths back. Jaden Neal 8 tenths back from there. Twisted Jack 20 seconds down the road. Brent H 2 seconds off the good, and Spump 1 minute and 21 seconds back from Trent H. All drivers with at least one pit stop serve. Trivedi goes the long way around the outside of Earl. He down toward turn 2. It'll be all his, but he loses a little bit of traction as he mounts the curb. There is a speed and momentum towards turn 4, though. Pulling off the Lewis Hamilton line, going all the way out to the curbs and the runoff road. He will get that position, but now it's Cody Lawrence up into P2, and now everybody has something to worry about. Ryan Earl 4 tenths back from Cody Lawrence, who's about a second and a bit quicker. Those medium compounds really putting in the work now, but will they make it the remaining 14 laps? Ryan Earl trying to find a way past Cody Lawrence despite being a little bit slower. Saw a gap and he went for it. Cody Lawrence trying to find a way past and Trividi to unleash his true pace. Trividi doing a good job of keeping Cody Lawrence behind him for now. I say for now because we all know what Cody Lawrence is capable of. The man, when he gets an idea in his head, will do anything he can to win. And when he frequently does. Championship leader at this point in time, and I don't imagine that'll change anytime soon. Cody Lawrence in running for major success ballast right now. 35 kilograms of success ballast. Turn 14 for the 25th time. We're on the lap 26. Cody Lawrence makes a look to the inside on Anand Trividi. Gonna hold on to that inside line for turn number 2. Trividi can't come to grips with it. Gets passed by Earl as well. And I did not think it was going to be that tricky for the car that got past to recover. But it seems that way, leading down into towards turn 1, you have such a bad exit of 1 that you're slow going in towards turn 4 and leaving yourself vulnerable. It's not the right call. It's the only call you can make at times. So once you get past turn 1, you're most likely going to lose the second position right before turn 4. Again, one of our keys to the race was talking about turn 1, turn 4, and turn 10. Whoa, a whole bunch of pit stop calls. That'll be Cody Lawrence, Trividi, and Jaden Neal all coming down the pits. Earl, the only driver who decided to stay out for now. Quick pit stop for Trividi. Gets out in front of Jaden Neal. Everybody's behind Cody Lawrence now. All drivers electing to take the C3 compound. Checking in with Jaden Neal. 21 seconds the gap between Cody Lawrence and Ryan Earl. I wonder if Earl's going to try to make it to the end on these hard tires. He's only got 9 laps remaining. And Earl is down pit road. Earl comes out in front of Trividi, but behind Cody Lawrence. In one of the better races I've ever seen in slipstream racing, Jaden Neal gets by Trividi with a little mistake coming through 6, 7, 8. Two tenths back, and then Trividi is from Jaden Neal. Again, both drivers on the C3 compound. Under threat from the car behind, Jaden Neal thwarts any attempt from Trividi being down into Wards 1. A good exit out of 1 can lead to an overtake into 4. Trividi looks to the inside of 4, gets a wheel alongside, and parking on the apex prevents Jaden Neal from turning in. And that is a position back for Trividi. .128.9, 128.6 from Earl, 128.5 from Trividi, 129.8 from Jaden Neal. Watch the battle between Ryan Earl and Cody Lawrence, shall we? Battle for the lead is on with 9 laps remaining. Four-tenths the gap between Ryan Earl and Cody Lawrence. Big gap for him between Lance Trividi and Ryan Earl. 2 seconds now. 128.7, 128.8, 128.9, 128.8. Like gaps are pretty stagnant right now. Not going anywhere anytime soon. That's a mistake made by Cody Lawrence. He cannot lose this race. Though he has a contender close by, Cody making a ton of mistakes in his racecraft. 128.9, 128.9, 128.6, 128.8. Ryan Neals, Jaden Neals, excuse me, fastest lap of the race. Drivers continually going faster and faster as the fuel load comes down, and they're on their new boots as well. 6 laps remaining. Daniel 8/10 away from Trivedi. The gap actually comes down from Trivedi to Ryan Earl, down to 1.5 seconds now. Trivedi trying to escape the clutches of Jaden Neal from behind. The number 22, he's a Cash App car, all white. Maybe trying to get a piece of Ryan Earl's mind before the end of the race. With just 6 laps remaining, I'm not sure there's enough time. Keep an eye on the timing tower. We'll do some commentary math for you. 128.8, 128.9, 128.6. Topping out 3/10 of a lap with a 1.6 gap deficit right now. I don't think the math is mathing. I don't believe he should be able to catch before the end of this event. Because we all know catching is one thing, passing is a whole nother ball game. Because Ryan Earl has been trying to make this work for quite a few laps now, but can't break that half-second barrier between himself and Cody Lawrence out in P1. Lap 33 under our belts. This time of asking. Lap times are 28.9, 28.7, 28.8. But Trivedi not able to close down any more than he already has. But there goes the move from Earl on Cody Lawrence. Leapfrogs him in towards 4. Long time coming. First time caller. And Ryan Earl into P1 now. A little bit of a wiggle there from Earl on the exit. Going faster than he ever has before. 28.3, new fastest lap for himself. And fastest lap of the race, if I'm not mistaken. At 28.3. Will Cody Lawrence try to snap back on Ryan Earl? Not anytime soon, not with the 6/10 gap separating them. 3 laps remaining. Seven tenths the gap now. 29.1 from Cody Lawrence, losing 0.3 of a second on that lap alone. Just 2 laps remaining after this one. Cody Lawrence better get the hurry up and go on. Cody Lawrence tries to sell the dummy on Ryan Earl, leading down into one with 2 laps to go. Ryan Earl leads the charge by half a second. 4 seconds after that will be an Trividi. Jaden Neal 2 seconds down on Trividi. Trent H. Slip, trip, and fall for him. 45 seconds off the good. Twisted Jack 0.8 back from there. Spump 1 lap down. And he is stranded on track. Coming out of turn 10, he got the ball rolling again, it looks like. Should not impede these other vehicles, I don't think. And we have Raider. Unfortunately, Raider took a DNF early on in the race after having a great battle with the rest of the field. This will be the white flag of the event, folks. 29-0, 29-0. Cody Lawrence trying to go for a move late in towards turn 1, the long way around turn 2, going for a switchback for turn 3, leading down towards 4. Cody Lawrence is on the optimum line. Crisscross applesauce for the driver, switches back over to the inside line, cuts back over Ryan Earl, and Earl can do nothing to thwart that attempt. And that attack was successful from Cody Lawrence. Late move, able to get it done though on the final lap. Ryan Earl sitting duck behind Cody Lawrence, overheated the tires potentially as he gets a huge wiggle coming out of 8 and through 9 and 10. He's on the up and up, but down 1 second overall. The checkered flag will fly. Cody Lawrence will take P1. Ryan Earl in P2. Jaden Neal crosses the line in third. Anand Trivedi runs out of fuel in fourth place. No. Can he make it to the line before Trent H does? He has just got the car in neutral right now. Oh no. Trent coming around the top of the key now, turn 13. Into 14 goes Trent H. And will he give him a push across the line, or will he pass him in good form? He's passing him. Trent H into fourth place. Trivedi into sixth place. Trent H into fifth. Trivedi into sixth. Spumf in seventh. Cody Lawrence, being the nice gentleman, will give Trivedi a push across the finish line here so that he can receive his points. And that'll be it for Trivedi and Cody Lawrence. Spumf in 7th place, Raider in 8th place. And victory donuts for Cody Lawrence, the championship leader and winner of the championship for good measure. Ryan Earl in 2nd place, Jaden Neal in 3rd, Trent H in 4th, Twisted Jack in 5th, Anand Trivedi in 6th, Spumf in 7th for this event. And we'll catch up with the season results when the server goes down, and we'll catch up with you next season. Folks, it's been a fantastic time. It's been a pleasure to be with you from green to checkered flag all season round. Spumf is the embodiment of the way I feel right now for Acura Racing. Just absolute joy. Thank you very much for joining us all season long. Thank you very much for staying tuned. You've been a wonderful crowd and a wonderful community to commentate for. Hopefully we'll see you back next time we're live with Slipstream Racing. Have a good night, and as always, please remember to stay safe out there. Bye-bye for now.